After 2 years, Cyberpunk 2077 reaches 90% positive reviews on Steam. Without a doubt, Cyberpunk 2077 is one of the most controversial video games of recent years. It is no secret to anyone that its launch was less than ideal, as dozens of technical problems diminished the experience and some design decisions were far from meeting the expectations of the community. However, in recent months he received a second chance and is now experiencing one of his best moments. CD Projekt Red's RPG title got a huge boost in popularity following the release of Cyberpunk, Edgerunners, an original anime that tells a new story set in Night City. Additionally, it received a major update that added content inspired by the Netflix show and other improvements. This boom allowed Cyberpunk 2077 to break a major record for The Witcher 3 on Steam and host over 1 million daily players across all platforms in the last 4 weeks. Certainly an impressive resurgence for a single-player title that debuted almost 2 years ago. CD Projekt Red's long-awaited open-world role-playing game Cyberpunk 2077, set in the near-future dystopian Night City and featuring Keanu Reeves, was first announced to be in development in 2012. 8 years later, the game will finally be released. The game is based on the Cyberpunk tabletop role-playing series authored by Mike Pondsmith, who also served as a consultant on Cyberpunk 2077. It's been the object of great anticipation from fans, particularly those who loved CD Projekt Red's The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, a 2015 fantasy role-playing game that received widespread critical acclaim. But as the hype has mounted for Cyberpunk 2077, so too has skepticism and concern about the game and its development. CD Projekt Red has faced criticism for some of the marketing decisions surrounding Cyberpunk 2077, such as the usage of a hypersexualized trans model in a promotional poster. The company has also faced serious scrutiny of its work practices, particularly with regard to crunch, a common games industry practice that refers to long hours of overtime lasting weeks or months. Cyberpunk 2077 receives the affection of the community. Now, the controversial work of CD Projekt Red achieved a new achievement on the Valve platform. What happens is that in the last 30 days it got 13,550 new reviews, 90% of them very positive. This is the first time since the launch in late 2022 that it has reached such a milestone. While overall ratings are 78% positive, that percentage may increase in the coming weeks. As expected, this situation did not go unnoticed by the Polish study. Through a social media post, Paweł Sasko, Cyberpunk 2077 Quest director, reacted to the news and expressed his excitement over the favorable feedback in the last month. "Wow, look at this. 90% of reviews on Steam in the last 30 days are very positive. It feels so good, you can't imagine it," commented the creative on his personal Twitter account. Without a doubt, the franchise is experiencing its best moment, both in terms of valuation and commercial performance, since its controversial debut in December 2020. With this boost in popularity, it is not surprising that CD Projekt Red wants to expand that universe with a new installment and projects surrounding as an original novel. The future looks bright for Night City and its inhabitants. Storyline. Cyberpunk 2077 is a sci-fi action RPG based in a dystopian Northern California and revolves around a large city that is called Night City. The city is filled with large-scale corporations and is ruled by capitalism, with technology invading all forms of everyday life. You play as the main character, called V, who has to gain street cred, while at the same time enhancing his weapons and cybernetics to lead a revolution against the corrupt corporations. Throughout the game, V is guided by Johnny Silverhand, Keanu Reeves, the original rocker boy, who led a similar revolution in the early 21st century. You have to get from the bottom of the city and rise up to the top, influencing others to rise up. He has to go through all of the 6 districts of Night City: City Center, Watson, Westbrook, Haywood, Pacifica, and Santo Domingo, to complete missions and take control. Apart from all of this, B also has to take on gangs that fill up Night City. The end goal is to burn down Night City with Johnny. All that is keeping V alive is this chip of immortality that he steals in the beginning of the game. Now set storyline. One of the reasons the game took so long to release is the number of choices it has. You can create your own customized V with different looks, cyberware, skills, and perks. It can be a woman or a man, with different bodies, hairstyle, shoes, and more. You can also choose a backstory for the character. Whether you want to make him a nomad, corporate, or a street kid. The backstory you choose will help you get ahead and proceed in a certain style for the game. As a nomad, you will start in the Badlands, who later ventures into Night City after his family is reduced to pieces. A street kid is a citizen of Night City, running foul of Night City police. As a corporate, you will work in the Arasaka Corporation as a counterintelligence agent. Cyberpunk 2077 is available now for Xbox One, Xbox Series X, S, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 and PC. You will find more about him if you visit this page.